and experienced virtual assistants ready to specialize in the healthcare industry. Whether you're looking to become a medical VA, dental VA, or support professionals across health-related fields, this show is your weekly guide to learning in-demand skills, understanding real-world expectations, and landing high-paying remote healthcare VA jobs. This segment is brought to you in partnership with the VA Radio and Arivas Homey by Coach Mel.
Monday morning, coffee's brewing strong. Got my headphones on, hope nothing goes wrong. News and tips coming through the stream. Productivity, high chasing that dream. In the distry buzz lighting up the sky. New trends rising, can't let them pass by. Personality development, that's the key. Unlocking doors to where you wanna be. Turn it up, yeah, elevate the airwaves. Feel the vibe, let it brighten up your days. On the ride, keeping thoughts light and free. It's the VA Radio where you wanna be. Turn it up, yeah, elevate the airwaves. Feel the vibe, let it brighten up your days. On the ride, keeping thoughts light and free. It's the VA Radio where you wanna be. Midday slump, don't let it creep. Sage advice for dreams you wanna keep. Interviews with the pros on the rise, helping you to see through clearer eyes. Inspiration flowing through the wire. Words that lift you, taking you higher. Tune and listen, it's a daily routine, where the VA Radio boosting your scene. Turn it up, yeah, elevate the airwaves. Feel the vibe, let it brighten up your days. On the ride, keeping thoughts light and free. It's the VA Radio where you wanna be. Turn it up, yeah, elevate the airwaves. Feel the vibe, let it brighten up your days. On the ride, keeping thoughts light and free. It's the VA Radio where you wanna be.
Informative, engaging, empowering. This is the VA Radio. Keep it light.
Monday morning, coffee's brewing strong. Got my headphones on, hope nothing goes wrong. We're the VA Radio boosting your scene. It's the VA Radio where you wanna be.
You're tuned in to the Healthcare VA Hub, your monthly gateway to remote success in the medical and dental VA world. Powered by Arivas Homey, founded by the one and only Coach Mel. Whether you're just starting or leveling up, this is your go-to guide for high-paying healthcare VA careers. Let's dive in.
Hello, good evening, and happy Saturday night, everyone. So, welcome sa ating pinaka-bagong segment, which is the Healthcare VA Hub in cooperation or partnership with Arivas Homey. So, this segment is actually intended for aspiring virtual assistants who still wanted to know the different kinds of niche. So, isa sa mga specialty VA natin is healthcare VA, and probably there are still a lot of people who doesn't have an idea ano bang ginagawa ng healthcare VA. Could I transition from no medical background and be a healthcare VA? So these are the things na i-discuss natin today with our special guest, a very good friend. Okay, so our guest for tonight is Rosette Basis. So she is a former operations trainer in a BPO company. So let's welcome Rosette Basis, our guest for tonight. Hi, Rosette.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Coach Mel.
Hi, good evening, Rosette. So, how are you?
Good. Wala pang
Are
tulog.
okay. So, ganyan talaga tayong mga freelancer, char. Okay. So maybe we can give our audience like just a bit of a background about yourself. So, just tell us what you're doing, and just an overview on your journey, how you became a VA.
Hi, everyone. So, my name is Rosette. I am currently a dental healthcare virtual assistant. And prior to that, I was in a BPO. I was an operations trainer for about 8 years. And healthcare din yon. Although yung BPO na yun, we are dealing with healthcare insurance, US medical insurance. So ngayon naman dental ako. So I don't have any healthcare background prior to the BPO and being a
Okay.
VA. Pero, it doesn't hinder me in, entering this niche. And I'm enjoying it right now.
Perfect. So 8 years as an operations trainer in a BPO. So what motivated you, or what made you decide to leave corporate and pursue virtual assistants? Ano ba yung mga advantages na nakita mo? And so just to confirm, so how long have you been a VA now?
Think more than a year and a half
Oh, medyo
already.
matagal na rin, no? So, what made you stay in being a VA? Kasi you're already a trainer in corporate. So, did you just give it a try at first? How does it feel? Paano yung naging transition and challenges natin? But before you answer me, Rosette, so let me just say hi to Sarah Jane, to Pat, and Coach Nicole for joining us tonight. Thank you for supporting us on our first first segment, our launching. Okay? So, yan. Sorry, Rosette. So, sige. So, if you can share with us, paano ba yung naging transition mo? Because for sure, marami dito na they are still thinking ano ba yung niche na pwede nilang i-explore to be a VA. Okay? Maybe some who are working in a corporate, mga ganyan. Okay? So, share with us your journey and yung mga naging challenge mo.
Yeah. So, well, back in BPO, I have a good standing naman. And talagang mabigat siya nung iiwan ko na. But I have to decide, I have to, take a risk because I became a mom and I decided na mas gusto ko mag-spend one more time to my child. And I don't want to compromise yung relationship ko sa baby ko. I want to be involved more. So I look for another way na hindi naman ma-downgrade yung um, career ko. Rather, parang malapit lang. Kumbaga, hindi ako mag-a-adjust ng bongga. So, I look for online work at home setup. And luckily, so I was referred by a good friend. So si Coach Mel ang back then. So sakto, they're looking for a VA. And hindi naman nalalayo yung background ko. Akala ko lang pala yun. So, nung nag-start na, sobrang challenging kasi ibang-iba. Because before, nandun ako sa side, nandun kami sa side ng providers. I'm sorry, ng healthcare insurance. So, tumatawag yung provider, ganyan. But now, kami na yung provider. And it's really difficult kasi may mga um, terms na kailangan, na bago lang sa pandinig ko. Although, kabisado ko na yung healthcare insurance, US healthcare insurance. Akala ko okay na yon, but no. Kaya kailangan sa pagpasok niyo sa VA industry, especially sa healthcare, open yung ano nyo, yung kaisipan nyo into new learning. So, dapat passionate kayo in terms of learning and accepting mistakes kasi magkakamali talaga kayo ng marami. Okay? So, maging open. So, wag, uh, dati, pag pinapagalitan tayo ng boss natin or nagkakamali tayo, hindi ganun ka-harsh yung mga naririnig natin. Pero hindi natin ngayon sa pag-VA, hindi natin um, may expect lahat. So,
Hindi tayo sure.
Hindi tayo sure na magiging mabait yung client natin or ayun, kung matchy-matchy ba kayo ng aura, ng vibe, or iba. So, just stay professional. Yun lang din talaga yung dapat yung i-keep. And yun nga, open for learning. Like, so, ngayon, okay naman. I'm enjoying my job. And yun lang, may mindset, may goal tayo. Ano yung goal natin? So, my goal right now is to help my provider keep the practice, help the practice grow, dental office, and also to generate more revenue. Because right now, we are working with the providers. So, yes.
Exactly. Yes. So you mentioned earlier that, so syempre, ways for us para makakuha tayo ng client, it can be referral or other ways which we're going to discuss later. So, why do you think you were referred? Ano yung importante for the profile of a person para ma-refer siya ng someone by a friend or maybe by a previous mentor? So, what do you think are the things that you have? Bakit ka na-refer?
Ayan, ang mahirap din minsan na
kasi hindi naman tayo basta-basta, I mean, hindi ka naman siguro basta-basta i-refer nung someone, 'di ba? So I want you to share ano sa tingin mo yung reason why you were referred to a client? Kasi syempre, for example, I will refer somebody, okay? So when that person is already hired by the client, parang they're expecting that they will be delivering that the good performance, no, na you have established with them. Kasi normally the client will not ask you to refer someone naman, di ba? If you're not doing good with them as a VA. So, ano sa tingin mo yung mga qualities that you have or mga tips na mabibigay mo for aspiring VAs?
So, yun nga, mahirap na situation yan. And first of all talaga, you have to be credible on what you're doing or yung work that you're currently doing or in the past is talaga namang quality. Yan. And then, aside from how you work, ano yung behavior mo? Are you the one who's always showing up no matter what? Ready or not? Nandyan? Are you the one who's resourceful? Kasi ngayon, if you know someone who's in the healthcare VA and you want to enter, usually, sasabihin natin, pa-refer naman ako dyan, ganyan. Mahirap din yun, siya nagre-refer. Kasi, kapag na-refer mo siya, ibig sabihin, you see something in that person, same quality as you. Kung maganda ka trumabaho, ibig sabihin, yung pinagkakatiwalaan mo na i-refer mo, ganun din yung trabaho na i-deliver kay client. Kaya, very, delicate na process. And sa mga nagpaparefer, kahit ako kasi, nung nirefer ako, iniisip ko, kaya ko ba to? Mapapanindigan ko ba? Ganon. So, um, madali lang mag-ask for us to refer, pero kaya ba natin? Diba? Kaya ba natin panindigan? The quality of work, the behavior that you have, diba? Kasi magre-reflect sa sa
Sa
client.
nag-refer.
Sa nag-refer. Oo, kawawa naman yung nag-refer kung ilalaglag natin siya.
Okay. So, yun. So, you don't have an experience in being a virtual assistant prior to that. Yes, you've been an operations trainer. How did you prepare to become a VA? So,
Uh,
ano yung mga magiging advice mo for people na they don't have experience in being a VA but they wanted to transition na maging medical VA or healthcare VA?
sobrang hirap on my part back then kasi wala akong experience sa provider side of the business of healthcare. So, nahirapan talaga ako na mag-transition. Kasi kailangan alam mo kung anong pasikot-sikot sa practice. So, nahirapan ako in terms of intindihin yung process, yung revenue cycle, gano'n ba ka-importante yung mga bagay na to. So I wish back then there's someone or somewhere that I can get prior knowledge. At least overview, diba? Ayun. So yun yung parang how I wish na part sa pagiging VA. But now it's good because I have the best mentors and colleagues in my team.
Yan. Okay. So, yun, di ba? Parang, so just to share din naman, ako din, I started from being team leader, di ba? For how many years din? Hindi ko na mabilang yun, no? For how many years in a BPO, wala rin akong experience sa pagiging virtual assistant. And I tried naman din na mag-aral sa mga YouTube, ganyan. So, self-paced learning. Pero parang naguguluhan pa rin ako. Saan ba ako mag-i-start? So, the same thing, I wish na merong mga trainings. Ngayon kasi marami na talagang mga available trainings na na pwedeng mapagpilian, no? For aspiring medical VAs or healthcare VAs. So, just to give you a background as well. So, when we say healthcare VA, hindi lang siya sa office ng, may mga iba-ibang specialty siya, yung healthcare VA. Pwedeng mental health, pwedeng pharmacy provider, or ano pa ba, mga cardiology office, or dental, which Rosette and I are. Okay? So, we are dental VAs. Pero yung experience namin before is more on medical. And medyo malaking siya, malaking transition kasi from medical, iba siya sa dental. Okay? So, isa siyang specialty branch din ng healthcare VA. So, yon. So, yun yung yung background natin. So, when you're transitioning, Rosette, ano yung biggest fear mo na parang have you thought of it for quite a while? Kasi ako, bago ako mag-VA, ilang taon. Kasi hindi ako makapag-decide kung gagawin ko na ba to or hindi. Parang inabot siguro ako ng mga 3 years. Tapos parang nung nag-start na ako nung career ko, parang sabi ko, dati pa ako nag-decide because I really wanted to work at home. Pero siguro the pandemic did a lot of transformation or talagang malaking naging change ng mga buhay natin nung pandemic, no? So, something that we thought na is going to impact us negatively. Well, oo naman, may mga negative impact siya. Pero at the same time, may mga magandang bagay din na nangyari during the pandemic. Yun nga, parang doon mas nakilala or naging mas popular na okay, available pala tong yung opportunity to work at home. And at the same time, mas okay pa yung
Convenient.
yung convenience, tapos yung earnings, 'di ba? It's better than what we're getting before. And at the same time, 'di ba, nakaka-spend pa tayo ng time with our family. Pero ano yung naging biggest fear mo when you're transitioning? Ano yung pinaka naging deciding factor mo? Paano mo siya hinandle to finally decide, okay, I will start my career as a VA?
Actually, it took me some months. So, after or during the pandemic, naka-adjust naman na. So, there are times na working at home, there are times na talagang on-site. Pero kasi I have a goal. Siyempre, nag-start ng family. So, I would like to spend more time at home with my family. So, I thought about it for months, na ilang buwan din. I'm trying to stay within the organization. Actually, I tried my best to stay. However, nung luckily, after months of applying, hindi ko naman siya hinarap yung pag-a-apply ng sobrang seryoso. Like, magpapasa ako and then I'll just wait if there's a feedback. Pag wala, it's okay, move on. Until the referral that I got, ayun na, parang nagkaroon doon ng opportunity. So, I show up sa interview. And fortunately, nakuha naman. So that's my may parang go signal na let's do this. Let's take a risk. Ayan, and nagtuloy-tuloy na nga.
Okay. So, if you will go back in time, go back in time. So, what do you think you're gonna do as your first step to be successful sa pagiging VA mo? What is additional preparation that you wish you did?
So, given na nasa healthcare na ako back then, I would like to, have the same path lang, yung hindi nalalayo. Kasi ang daming, ngayon VA nurse. So, I would like to explore healthcare muna. And then back then, how I wish is I should have studied more. Alam mo yun, parang nag-sneak pa ako sana sa mundo ng VA. What they're doing, ganyan. Kasi iba-iba din pala. Although, siguro din, iniisip ko, baka naman ma-overwhelm din ako if I dig deeper. Pero at least sana I have a community, a small community, some people who can help me adjust, train me, ganyan, on what does the VA do every day, ganyan. So, yun sana, I should have studied in advance.
Okay. So, and we're lucky kasi ngayon marami ng mga community na available na nakakakuha tayo ng information. So, helpful din talaga yon. Kasi sa mga communities, sometimes merong mga job postings. Okay? Tapos, nakakakuha ka rin ng mga referral doon. Ayun nga lang, we just have to be careful naman din kapag nag-join tayo sa mga community na kailangan ma-check nating mabuti kung legit ba yung mga job posting. Lalo na kapag pagbago tayo, 'di ba? Parang madali tayong ma-excite na ang laki ng offer. Okay. Mga ganyan.
talaga yun.
Careful din tayo doon, ha? Okay? In identifying kung kung kapani-paniwala ba yung mga offer, basta always remember, if it's too good to be true, so try to be sneaky.
Okay. How I wish sana nag-join ako sa mga group noon para lang magbasa-basa ano ba yung
Oo,
mga
para magka-idea, no?
happening. Oo. Ano bang
Mm-mm.
ganap? Ano bang
So,
usual problem ng VA?
true. So, yung sa mga aspiring VAs natin, so, may mga nagtatanong na how, okay? Yung mga wala talaga silang experience pa in being a VA. So, siguro ang advice ko sa kanila, no, how is hindi siya complete na sentence, no? So, mas maganda siguro if you're really wanted to learn more. So, pag nagtanong kayo, instead of saying how, so lagyan natin siya ng konting context. Ano yung tinatanong natin? How, how what? Ano yung hinahaw natin? Okay? How to be a VA? How to apply ba yan? Para kahit paano, di ba, may konting context siya. Pero, since marami na rin tayong nakikita ng mga how, no? Sa mga comments, sa mga postings minsan. So, let's answer the how. Kung ano man yan. But I think what they're asking is how to start as a VA. So, ano yung mga simple tips that you can share for those who are planning to explore the world of virtual assistants?
So, yung how to start, personally, I would suggest na pick your niche. Actually, naririnig ko na yan sa kahit kanino. Saan ka ba magaling? Ano ba yung mo, current na magaling ka? Sa healthcare kasi wala namang kung wala ka experience, hindi mo talaga hindi mo masasabi na this is your niche. Usually, ang healthcare, karaniwan dyan ang pumapasok sa healthcare VA is galing na rin sa healthcare BPO. However, hindi rin naman natin mapipick lang. Kumbaga, open din naman siya sa lahat ng gusto talagang matuto. But first, if a healthcare VA yung napili mo, unti-untiin mo na aralin yung US healthcare insurance industry. Kung US ang country na napili mo na kasi meron din namang ibang country na healthcare din.
Mhm.
So yun nga lang mas malaki yung market ng US. So if that's your goal, aralin mo na siya ngayon pa lang. Marami tayong resources actually kahit online. Yun nga lang minsan ma-overwhelm tayo, parang um, overloaded na yung information. Unti-unti, you do it every day. Ganyan. And then, secondly, is invest on your equipment din. Kasi hindi sasapat yung phone ganyan or tablet. Should be a laptop. Tapos yung working talaga. Yung hindi naglalag. Kasi ayaw natin na ma-delay yung trabaho natin pag na-hire tayo kay clients. And our reason is because of our laptop, internet, ganyan. So think of those. I-consider natin siya before we enter healthcare VA. And then, siguro next will be, do you have the right community, people, right team that will support you? Pag wala, I would suggest that you look for one. Ayan, makakatulong talaga sila para maiwasan din yung ma-scam sa di ba? Tapos sa mga too good to be true na na offer, di ba? So yung mga sobrang laking offer, nako, kabahan ka na dyan. And then kung ikaw yung sisingilin, siyempre may mga I don't know, may mga nagpo-fall pa rin sa mga ganyan.
Okay, so dapat kapag legit na na employer, wala yung sisingilin sa iyo para lang makapag-start ng work, no? So can you give us a context, Rosette? So on a day-to-day basis, what are you doing as a dental VA? So on your previous muna, and then on your current, just describe to us kung ano yung role mo and ano yung mga responsibilities na ginagawa mo as a dental VA.
Yeah. So when I started, puro admin lang siya, like patient communication, pero email and text, ganyan. And then, mga claims follow-up, syempre we would be on track sa sa claims. We don't want the practice to lose money. Ganun. And then eventually, nag-calls. So, appointment setting. Ito marami nag-offer ng appointment setting, which is something na madali lang din naman. You just have to spend time aralin kung paano mag-set ng appointment. And then bahala na yung employer mo mag-discuss sa'yo kung paano yung prefer nilang set-up sa pag-set ng appointment. Uh, and then, gano'n pa rin, claims follow-up, ganyan. And actually, yung previous practice na we were in, hindi lang siya dental, meds pa din siya. So, medyo mahirap yung na yun. If mixed yung specialty na ng employer niyo. But now, what I do is also patient communication. Pero hindi na ako nagko-calls. The other VA does that. Parang share kami sa mga tasks. So, I do more on the insurance verification.
So it's insurance verification and
patient communication.
Okay. So in patient communication, ano yung mga specific task na ginagawa mo?
If there are any insurance related na kailangan i-communicate kay patient, if their insurance is already inactive, or kung may problema man, COB, coordination of benefits, ganyan, I would communicate, as well as sending them appointment details. Meron kasing set up yung clinic na Zoom meeting with the patient. So I take care of that.
So maybe some would be wondering, kailangan ba magaling ako mag-English para maging VA?
Common na question yan kahit naman sa BPO. Actually, the answer should always be yes. At least in a conversational level, makakapag-converse ka in English. So that would be enough siguro.
Kailangan ba may accent? Baka
accent? So,
hindi naman, wala naman tayo accent. So, at least
neutral lang siguro.
You know how to speak in English, no? And I think may mga iba sasabihin nila na hindi ako galing sa BPO, marunong mag-English pero hindi ako sanay makipag-usap sa English. What advice can you give to them? Kasi kahit ako nag-start ako na I really struggle when I talk in English, no? Kasi hindi natin siya natural, hindi siya yung language na ginagamit natin on an everyday basis, right? So, what tips or best practice can you share na sa tingin mo would help them in their English communication?
I would personally suggest reading talaga. Read and read. And then converse in English. Iwasan natin yung pagta-translate sa isip natin. At try to converse siguro with a friend, with your family, ganyan. Kung nahihiya tayo, with our own, in the mirror.
Yeah.
In front of the
That's
mirror.
my practice.
Or makinig ka ng mga podcast or yung conversation talaga, and try to mimic or try to answer the question or makipag-converse ka pero parang kausap mo na yung sarili mo. Ganyan. To practice, di ba? At least kasi sana conversationalist. Kasi hindi ka man nakikipag-usap sa patient, may kipag-usap ka naman sa client mo. So, hindi naman pwedeng, di ba, barok-barok kung sa client. Siyempre, they're also expecting something good on you. Hindi naman perfect, pero at least you can converse. You can explain what you want to say to them.
So, practice lang talaga, no?
Yes.
Kasi kahit ako naman, nung nag-start ako, di ba parang kinakabahan ako kapag makikipag-usap ako sa mga American. na parang andun yung, parang umiikli yung dila ko. Pero eventually kasi, parang lumalambot yung muscles ng natin, nung tongue natin pag lagi tayo nagpa-practice. Okay? Tapos, ngayon maraming mga available na mga AI applications na pwede nating ma-take advantage to practice. So, yun yung isa sa ginagamit ko na merong AI na pwede kang makipag-usap kung wala kang makausap. No? In English. Kasi, syempre wala naman ako kasama ditong di ba, mapagpa-practicean ko. So, I use that. Tapos, yun nga, you watch a lot of English movies, tsaka mga e-books na English, audiobooks pala, no? Para ma-practice naman yung ating listening ears. Yung muscle ng ears natin. Pronunciation, ganyan. Okay? Tapos, kung merong mga words na bago ninyong narinig from that audiobook, di ba? Try to practice how to pronounce it. Okay? So, yon. So, isa sa mga certification na kailangan natin sa medical VA is the HIPAA certification, right? So, given that we are handling mga sensitive information or confidential information of the patient, so, how do you comply to HIPAA?
Ayan, sa healthcare, napaka or known yung word na yan o yung acronym na yan, HIPAA. So sa atin, we wanna make sure na we are not divulging any of the patient's information. Ang dami ngayon mga nagpa-content about what they're doing on their desktop. So iwasan natin yun sa healthcare VA.
And even siguro hindi healthcare, di ba?
Actually, kahit ano naman.
Even hindi healthcare. So, as long as may mga sensitive information ng mga name ng patient, mga date of birth nila, so, I think it's a no. Well, not I think, but it's a no pa rin, diba?
Exactly.
So,
wala
for you,
kasi pwedeng magsara yung business kapag
true.
Or may HIPAA.
So, for you, Rosette, how do you comply to HIPAA? So, I know that we're just working at home, but what are the measures that you are following working at home?
So, make sure that no one can see your screen, any patient-sensitive information, kahit na natin yan, family natin yan. Kasi we don't know, diba, kung nabasa ba nila or na-picturean. So, iwasan natin yun kasi hindi talaga siya...
Baka mamaya hindi naman sinasadya, pinicturean ka pala, no? Tapos may patient information.
Make sure na blurred out or deleted yon dahil eventually makikita yun ng iba at marereklamo tayo na HIPAA violation. And make sure na hindi kayo nag-save ng kung ano-anong patient information, mga credit card pala. I remember, I haven't mentioned it, pero nagpa-process din kami ng payment before. So, nagbabayad sa patient, yung credit card, GPay, buong-buo, nakukuha namin yan over the phone. So, make sure that we don't compromise. Iba pa rin yung may credibility ka, may integrity ka sa ginagawa mo. Kasi nasa di ba? Maaakit ka talaga. So, ang dami ng patient na dumaan. So, make sure that you do not save any of their information. Or kung kailangan man i-save, make sure na kung paano lang siya, kung ano yung allowed na way ni May system naman to do that.
Okay? Yeah. 100%. So, also just to add, merong mga gumagamit ng yung screen protector, 'di ba? Pwede 'yon. Tapos pwede rin yung position ng monitor is yung monitor nakaharap siya sa wall. So pwede 'yon. Tapos hindi tayo dapat mag-save ng mga information, mga files na merong mga information ng patient dun sa personal desktop. Pwede siya dun sa yung remote nung provider. Okay, nung office.
Yun yung tamang channel.
Pwede po sa EHR lang. Huwag din naman dun sa desktop lang ng remote, 'di ba? Kasi that's why we have the EHR. So, dun lang natin siya i-save yung mga information. Kung meron namang mga files na sabi ng provider ninyo, now we can save it here. O, pwede yon. Tapos, I think makakatulong lang din for security yung paggamit ng VPN. Okay? Ang VPN ba, may bayad? Meron pong mga free version ng VPN, like Urban VPN. So, marami dyan, you just have to be resourceful sa paghahanap. Okay? So, may mga providers naman or mga client na sila na yung magpo-provide ng VPN ninyo. Okay? So, yon. Parang nawala si Rosette.
Ayan, I'm back.
Ayun.
Sorry.
Ayan, she's back. Okay. So, sige. So, what do you think, Rosette, yung talagang pinaka-nagustuhan mo sa pagiging VA? And do you plan to go back to corporate, or right now you're enjoying being a VA? Why are you enjoying? So ano pa yung mga perks na nagustuhan mo sa pagiging VA?
So first of all, yung setup niya sa bahay talaga. Although you have to spend money on your equipment, utilities, ganyan. Pero like internet, nagagamit pa rin naman siya for personal use. So, ayun, you're at home, convenient setup, flexible din. Minsan yung oras, flexible, hindi katulad sa BCO na strictly ganito yung lunch, ganyan. Sa atin, basta tapos mo yung work mo, di ba? And also yung nakakatipid tayo sa mga everyday meals. Yan, kasi kung ano yung ulam mo sa umaga, hindi ulam sa gabi.
Tsaka kasi, kapag yung nag-work ka sa office or on-site, di ba, nagkakayayaan minsan ng lalabas.
Ano din yun which I enjoyed naman back then. So,
pero mas matipid nga lang, no? Kasi yung sa transportation mo, tapos yung sa food mo. Actually, mas madalas ako kumain nung nasa office ako eh. Tapos, parang habang kumakain ka, lalo ka nagugutom. Tapos, magyayaya yung isang kaibigan mo. Tapos, magyayaya na naman yung isang team. 'Di ba? Parang mas magastos.
Correct. Hindi gaya ngayon. Although nagpa-deliver naman tayo, for sure. Hindi naman siya yung araw-araw. 'Di ba? Controlled siya. Tapos, kung dati ang mahal-mahal ng kape mo, ngayon, tinta-tinta na lang sa bahay. May sarili ka ng
mas madali mong ma-manage yung finances mo. Unlike sa kasi minsan napupunta yung big chunk nung nung sweldo mo sa transportation and sa food.
Isa pa yung transport na yan. So, before, I spend like 5 to 6 hours back and forth na yun sa office. 5 to 6 hours Cavite to Taguig.
So, sa 5 to 6 hours, ang dami mo nang nagawa nun, no? Nakapagluto ka na.
Nakaka-asikaso ng bata. Nakalaro pa sa bata. Nakatupi pa ng sinampay.
Tapos, kapag yung lunch break mo, imbis na katunganga ka sa canteen or sa pantry, no? Nakapagluto ka na nun.
Nakaluto ka na. Ayun, umiiyak na.
Ayan na, umiiyak ng baby ni Rosette. Okay. So, sige. Ano pa ba yung so, last advice for those who think that they don't have enough experience to start. So, ano yung mga best practice or advice that you have for aspiring VAs na gustong mag-start? or sa mga existing VA na gusto mag-explore into healthcare VA?
Ang ano lang talaga is to invest in yourself. So whatever you want, your goal, kailangan yung mag-invest doon. Ano ba yan? Time, effort, learning, i-take advantage minsan may mga free tayo na trainings or webinar sessions. Take advantage of those. Spend time talaga to invest for your own learning. Bukod sa
Mhm.
invest on your own equipment. Yun din talaga kung may gusto ka. And wag na wag tayong aalis sa current job natin. Kung hindi pa talaga tayo di nakaka-secure ng client.
Mhm.
Kasi mahirap maging yung cash flow kasi what we want is a continuous cash flow. Ayaw natin na mabakante or matenga.
Pero
Kasi
kung
ang daming
marami kang
bayarin.
marami ka namang kayamanan, okay
Ay,
lang.
go lang yan. Kung go lang, huwag ka na mag-work. Sige lang. Pero sa katulad natin, we have to make sure continuous yung flow ng money. Plan ahead. Always plan ahead. Yun talaga. Yun ang ah kumbaga, gininto ang may papayo natin sa mga aspiring and existing VA. Tapos sa mga existing VA pala, if you feel like it's not for you, why don't you na lang kumbaga know yourself more. If it's
Mhm.
not for you, then ano ba yung saan ka magaling? Diba? Anong niche? Kasi baka naman nagkamali tayo ng niche na napuntahan, hindi pala yun yung passion natin. Marami pa namang pwede natin pasukin. Sabihin nila na parang saturated na yung VA industry. Hindi naman siguro. Basta siguro madiskarte ka lang. You have the
At saka
right
matyaga kang mag-apply, no?
matyaga. Oo.
Oo. Tsaka
Tatsagain mo
wag tayong
talaga.
matakot sa mga interview.
Go lang.
Meron akong I have a trainee na na attend lang siya ng interview kapag na-apply hanggang sa she became comfortable sa mga interviews. Kasi it's
Nasaan?
parang nagiging familiar ka na, ano ba yung mga madalas tinatanong, tapos nagiging mas confident ka na sa pagharap sa interviewer, di ba? And at the same time, napapractice yung communication skills mo.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, huwag kayo matakot. Apply lang ng apply. Kaya kahit na-applyan nyo na yun, apply ulit hanggang tinatanggap yung application.
Mm-mm. Tsaka tawag dito, let's say you attended skills training, okay? So, yung skills training na yon, that will be your foundation. Let's say you decided na gusto mo mag-medical VA, mag-dental VA, and you attended yung mga trainings or mga courses na ino-offer. So, remember that your journey will not stop dun sa mismong training lang. Kailangan, you really need to push yourself na mag-apply and mag-comply dun sa mga kinakailangan. Halimbawa, meron kayong mga quizzes or may mga activities kayo. So, make sure na i-comply nyo yun, di ba? Tapos, sipagan nyo rin talaga mag-apply. And joining yung mga community, makakatulong yon. And halimbawa, nag-attend kayo ng mga training, maganda rin na nagpa-participate talaga kayo, 'di ba? Kasi like baka biglang kailanganin ng VA, 'di ba? Nung isa dun sa mga kasama ninyo sa training or in a community, at least if you are that proactive type of person na alam nila, ay ito masipag to, proactive to, lagi to nagpa-participate, baka pwede ko siyang i-refer. 'Di ba?
Okay.
So, kailangan magpasikat, no? Hindi naman Jollibee na 'di ba? Hindi ka naman yung pabibo, kundi just make parang iparamdam nyo lagi yung presence ninyo. Kahit na ma-hire na kayo ng client during meetings, so, iparamdam ninyo yung presence ninyo, 'di ba? Mag-recite kayo kahit na kinakabahan kayo. Don't be afraid to talk. Okay? So, we're already 5 minutes away from the end of the segment. So, yun yung mga advice namin sa inyo. And also, for those people na you are still thinking ano ba yung mga available training, so also we would like to invite people to visit our page, yung Arrivas Homie. So we are specializing in administering training for dental VAs. So it is a 14-day live session, pero we're adding two sessions dito sa ano na to, kasi may mga may mga quizzes tsaka activities na kailangan siyang i-comply. So anyone who's interested in dental VA training, okay, so this is a specialty niche that you may want to explore. So you can just visit our page if you're interested. Okay, so also just to wrap up the session tonight, so anything that you can say or you can add, Rosette, with the kind of training that we have sa Arrivas Learning?
Ayun, so this is something na I wish na available.
And sorry pala, and how detailed, or what can you say about the curriculum that we're offering?
Ayun, so ito yung parang back then, I wish na existing, no? So kasi kompleto na siya from the background. So wala tayong idea sa dental, pero ngayon kaya na natin i-discuss sa kanila or i-share yung knowledge natin sa 32 teeth, primary, lahat ng pasikot-sikot sa sa dental. Kasi sometimes the client will require you to have a knowledge sa dentistry. Okay? Basic knowledge sa dentistry. That's something that you will get from this training. And aside from that, kung ano ba yung mga role na pwedeng ibigay sa'yo ni client. Okay? Hindi naman natin sinasabi na lahat ng aaralin natin is yun yung role ninyo, but pwede kasing konti lang. Okay? So, from appointment setting, from insurance verification, ayan, posting payments, claims management. So, the entire revenue cycle management, that's something na talagang makukuha nyo, matututunan nyo. Plus navigation. Okay? So, din yung advantage din natin.
How about for people who doesn't have experience? Do you think that this training is fit for them?
Actually, I don't want to discourage anyone. As long as you guys are, passionate in learning, mag-a-advance nga lang kayo ng study para talagang, it will make sense to you. Pero yes, of course, you can join. We will help you, 'di ba, sa abot ng aming makakaya na mas maintindihan pa yung topic. But then again, we will focus on the curriculum itself because that's what we offer. But we will, adjust if needed. Pwede kayo mag-sit in kung hindi pa rin na-gets yung topic. Diba? Until mag-gets nyo, practice lang. Gaya ng sinabi ni Coach Mel kanina, participate kayo and navigate, practice.
Okay. So, yeah, that's about it. And so, I hope that we gave some clarity to our listeners tonight. Ano ba tong healthcare VA? Okay? So, we'll see you again next month for another segment. And thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, Rosette. So, thank you for those who joined us tonight. Happy Saturday. Good night.
That wraps up another episode of the Healthcare VA Hub, powered by the VA Radio and Arrivas Homie by Coach Mel. Remember, your future as a high-earning healthcare VA starts with the right training and the right mindset. Want more? Visit our website at www.thevaradio.com or catch our latest and past episodes on YouTube at www.youtube.com/thevaradio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay updated. Until next time, stay focused, stay skilled, and stay remote. Only on here on the VA Radio. Keep it light.